blessings. Coming at you from Portugal. Beautiful, beautiful Portugal. I'm out here on a men's retreat with a group called Sacred Sons. And we're on day 2 of 3. We're actually day 3 of 4, really, but I'm just out here taking a break, taking some space, just went for a swim. This morning we were up here. The last 2 mornings before sunrise, I was up there at about 10 to 6. Watched the sunrise in the east, watched it as it came up. It was so red this morning. It was completely sacred. And we gave prayers to the rising sun, prayers to the earth, our mother, prayers to our ancestors, and that's the way things go with Sacred Sons. We keep it fucking sacred. So, anyway, I'm just sitting here, and these are the kinds of things that spring to mind sometimes for me, but and some people are just gonna be like, bro, you fucking lost your mind. Some people are gonna be like, I resonate with that. And some of you are gonna be like, food for thought. You see this where we are right now? Where you are right now? Like, where do you think we are right now? Like, where the fuck do you think we are? What do you think this place is? I don't know. I mean, we can call it Earth, right? The 3rd dimension. Where does that oxygen come from that I need to breathe like 30 times a minute, or however many thousands of breaths per day that I take? Just take for granted the fact that I need oxygen. Oh, it comes from the trees, bro. Whoa, what? It comes from the fucking trees? Are you kidding me? How does that work? Well, we know how it works. It's like, and then this happens, and I'm like, okay, at what point at school did I sit in biology and just be like, oh yeah, that's normal? That's not like some fucking miracle that's just happening. Just photosynthesis, the conversion of carbon dioxide out of the air into oxygen by these beautiful trees that just so happen to like nourish the soil. And I mean, we don't have to go into detail about like the symbiotic, harmonious relationship of us and nature and us and the planet. And it's not what this video is about. It is sort of, but like, how often do you ask yourself, like, do I really know the true, or could I ever know the true scale or the true enormity of the miracle that is life on Earth? How can you hold that? How can you even, can you hold that? Can you even think about that for too long? What does it feel like? And there will be people, maybe you ask these kinds of questions as well. I've gone 30 plus years without asking these questions, and just anybody who would ask this kind of question, where are we? Who am I? Difficult fucking questions to answer, basically. What is all of this? What does this mean? What's the meaning of life? The ego doesn't like difficult questions. So when I was really identified with my ego, I didn't like people asking me questions I didn't know the answers to, right? Because it makes me feel stupid, because my ego doesn't know. So then I'll be like, it doesn't matter. That's crazy, man. And just brush it off. Even the most intelligent people, our brightest minds, who are leading the fields of quantum theory around the meaning of everything and how this all comes together, ultimately they're like, we don't know like what's going on here, like really. So it's okay to not know. I mean, it takes some time to be okay with not knowing. It's taken me a while to be okay with not knowing. It freaks me the fuck out sometimes. I feel a lot better about not knowing what's really going on here. Like, when I'm around other people who are loving and caring, and I've got a sense of purpose in a community, and I've got, like, I'm useful, like, I'm needed here, those kinds of feelings. Like, and we have fun. Plenty of fun to be had down here, lots of pleasure, right? Being a human. It's complicated as fuck, but it's a great time. Generally, there are many good times to be had. And the idea, I suppose, to get towards the end of our finite existence in this lifetime and just be like, yeah, I would recommend that, actually. I'd give that another go, like, if I could, to be a human again. I'd probably do things a little bit differently next time. But I suppose this video is just an invitation, really. It's an invitation to just pause for a moment. Get yourself out into nature. Sorry, I was trying to figure my hair out right now. Leave your hair alone, bro. Leave your hair alone. Get out into nature. Get into some silence. Get into some stillness. Listen to the wind. Listen to the wind move through the trees. Get out under the stars at night. Look up. Find yourself in a moment, if you can. Engineer a moment for yourself, if you don't do this very often, where you're completely blown away. Just by it all, by existence. The mind can't hold it all. It's impossible. And every time we try and explain it, cuts it apart and destroys it, stabs it, fucking murders it. Obviously we need to make maps to share and understand, have like an understanding of what's going on with a map. But the map ain't the train. The way I describe the very best, most scientific, latest explanation about reality is still not reality. It's really powerful to just spend some time, like, acknowledging how much of a miracle it is that we even exist. I find it to be very nourishing to do that. I find it to be very nourishing for a part of me that really needs that and wants that, wants to ask those questions that are impossible to answer. Because it's not about finding the answer of the question, it's about asking it and then discovering the little breadcrumbs and the clues along the way. As we become more and more present with our reality, to receive more and more information and get more and more clues about what it means to be a human being, what this place is, why are we even here, like, what's the meaning of life, and all of this shit that a lot of people are asking. Since we're going through such tough times at the moment, humanity is going through this huge, like, transformational process, and during big transformational processes, it's very normal for us to be like, why all the suffering, why all the pain, why do people fight each other, why all this seemingly fucking brainless, like, why? Keep asking that question. I don't fucking know, by the way. Like, I'm not telling you that I know. In fact, if someone really thinks that they know what's going on here, who they are, and, like, has an absolute dialed in without any question of a doubt, I don't know if I can trust that person, right? Are you sure? Are you sure you know? You absolutely are 100% certain you know what's going on here? And if it makes you feel uncomfortable because you're like, oh fuck, I actually don't know, which it did for me for a number of years, until, I don't know, I just found myself in a community of people who are also like, we don't know what's going on here, but we have a good idea based upon Indigenous wisdom and culture that has been passed down, the people that are very, very connected to the earth, people that haven't yet been, like, quite so tainted and distorted and sort of infected with, like, this individualistic, materialistic, capitalistic, like, the indigenous wisdom, the wisdom of the land, the wisdom that is within us deeply, the wisdom in the plants, the wisdom in the wind and the ocean and the trees, the wisdom of Mother Earth. We are her. We are made up of all the same elements, except we have something that, well, everything has consciousness, but we have this capacity to be like, who am I? What am I doing here? What a gift, what a beautiful journey. We're not just some primate, and we're certainly not above primates either, just because we have self-awareness. We have the self-awareness so that we can forget by thinking that we're separate from everything. We forget so that we can have the bliss, the enjoyment of remembering that we are connected to everything, and that we're just here witnessing it all. And so my prayer is to you watching this, my prayer is that you find the space, that you find the stillness to reconnect to that part of yourself that knows, that does remember, that it ain't all about how much money you earn, or how good looking you are, what car you drive, how many people like you, how many fucking views you get on YouTube, all that surface level stuff. If we attach too much importance to that, we miss the whole bigger picture. Understand what the ego is. Understand its role. Understand yourself. Know the parts of you that you are so ashamed of, especially my brothers. I'm speaking to my brothers here particularly because I'm at a men's retreat right now. This is a masculine alchemy retreat with sacred sons. This is not the first time I've worked with these brothers. And this is a continuation of my own shadow work, getting to know the parts of myself that I used to hide from myself and everybody else. Get to know those parts of yourself. Know yourself as a whole being, not just the light, sparkly stuff, but the deep stuff too. And reach out, try to find yourself in a community that will hold that for you. Because when we go down into those depths and we get to know ourselves, and we get to love those parts of ourselves, and we get to be around people who love that part of us too, complete forgiveness of the parts that you think are totally unlovable and totally unforgivable, the things I've done in my life. Story. You can let that shit go. You can let that go. I'm witnessing it. I'm doing it. I'm witnessing it. And it's blissful because it creates the space and the depth that the masculine craves, is like the order, the consciousness, the presence. And in that presence, as the container, we get to receive all of this incredible beauty and not think about it too much, but just, what the fuck? Have you seen how beautiful planet Earth is? Might be worth looking after the place a little bit more. Just saying. I love you. Ask big questions that are difficult to answer. If you feel like you need some support around any of this, I'm offering that one-on-one. So reach out to me, send me a direct message on Instagram. I've been doing it with a number of people and it's an absolute blessing. And I love it. I love it. Send me a message on Instagram or send me fill out my contact form on my website. I'll put the link down below. Reach out if you need support. Much love to you. Big, big love to you. Blessings.